Hi guys, it's Kinye, and I just wanted to tell you guys a quick story about the time that I lost my brother in Value City Furniture Store. It was a crisp autumn day, and my mom thought it was the greatest idea to take me, my brother, and my sister, who was older than us, and my brother, who was younger than me, out to Value City to look for a new bed. And I'm like, we have enough mattresses in this house. Like, literally, you can pick one up from downstairs, and I'm pretty sure we can put it on any bed. Kind of a little bit cluttered in my house. So, no, she wanted to go to Value City and pick out a new bed. And so we all piled in the car, and I sat and we drove down over, and it was a great time, but not really. So my brother loves showing out in public. It's about the best phrase I can think of. He's 6 years old at the time. I was probably like in middle school, going into high school or something of that sort. And like I said, he's a little devil child, the cutest little thing, but he really likes causing trouble. And so in the car right there, he's usually like throwing snotty tissues at people and poking me in my side, or like turning up right close to my face and laughing. That's all he does. He'll go straight close to my face and just laugh in the car for about a good 5 minutes. And so on the car right there, he's completely silent. Did not a single thing. When we got out the car, he deceived us. He did. I should have known from that silence that this was going to be a chaotic day. Well, we walked into the building. My mom was like, hey, you know what? This was her version of pawning my little brother off of me. You should probably go take him to go to see the kids section and the cute beds and the furniture. He'll probably like that. No, he won't. You know he won't. You just don't want him with you because you're trying to look for a bed. So my older sister and my mom went off to look for the bed. They got to have fun. And I was with my brother. So we're walking down the aisle holding hands. And we're very close. Me and my brother do like everything together. We still do. And so we're walking down the aisle and we're holding hands. And it just seemed like it was going to be a pretty calm day. I was like, wow, I'm so proud of him. This is going to be awesome. And then he just ran. He slipped his little hand out of mine and he ran down the aisle, gone. I just saw him leaving me and I couldn't even move at that point because I was like, I should have seen that coming. I actually should have predicted that he was going to do that. And the only thing I could think is if I run into my mom the same time that I'm trying to find my brother, and she's like, hey, where's your little brother? And I'm just like, I do have one of those. You are correct. But I don't know. And I couldn't say that to her. So at the time of me looking for my brother, I also had to dodge my mother at the same time in the same furniture store. It's beautiful. So I'm running after him in flip flops. My hair's all over my head because I don't run. One time I did the 4 by 800, no, 4 by 1200, and they wanted me to do one of the legs. I was the last person to come in because I was walking. I'm just not a runner. And so I'm running after him, and he's like a track star at the age of 6, hauling, just gone. I'm running after him in flip flops, and then all of a sudden he's gone. He just disappeared. He was in front of me, like way in front of me, of course, but his body was no longer there. I stopped, and I'm like, oh crap, where did he go? I turned to my left, and there he is on one of the beds, chilling. Has no care in the world. He apparently jumped to the side when I wasn't looking the entire time I even know I was. He must have taken that 1 second to jump. He was on the bed. I turned, and my face, I was so done. And he saw my doneness, and he laughed and hopped off of the bed and continued to run back down the aisle we just came from. So there I am running again. He accidentally knocked over a middle-aged man in the casualty of this because the man was in the way. Truthfully, he really kind of was in the middle of the aisle for some reason. And my brother didn't see him because he was running and looking back at me laughing at the same time. And so he didn't see him. So, knocked him over a little bit. As my brother continues to run, I had to pass like, oh, I'm sorry, sir. I have to go. And he's actually done with the situation as well. And I run after my brother and I hear a scream. And wherever there is a scream, there is my brother. He loves screaming, whether it's he's happy or he's sad or he's upset or he just wants to laugh. He just likes screaming. It's like his universal language. And so I heard that scream and I ran over towards it. and he had taken off his shirt. His whole shirt just went over his body and over his head, and it was on the floor. He had on his pants, but he was about to work on those next. And there was a cute middle-aged couple right there. There's a lot of middle-aged people in Value City. Hmm. But anyway, there was a middle-aged couple standing right there, and they were holding hands, looking so cute. But they looked so mortified on their faces because here it is, a 6-year-old stripping in front of them, and he's still smiling the entire time, like, hey, he was feeling himself. And he was about to go for the pants, and I bear hugged him from behind, and I was like, hey, buddy. And I kissed him on the cheek, trying to show that we're a cute little family, cute brother and sister. And they're just like, that was their faces. Nothing else. That was it. And they walked away, and I turned to him, and I was like, Kagan, how could you do this to me? How could you do this to me? And I'm basically just so freaked out because I had to run all the way there. And he just looks at me, he smiles, and he's like, oh. After this entire run, the only thing he can say to me is, up. All of my anger melted away, of course, because he's the cutest little thing. And I picked him up. I picked up a 6-year-old. That's how I knew I was really melting in my heart. I don't pick up kids past 2 years old. Yeah, past 2 years old. And so I picked him up, put him on my hip, and we started walking. And I'm like, you caused a lot of trouble today, right? And he just smiles at me and gives me a little kiss on the cheek. And then I feel the cold tile floor on the bottom of my feet, and I see that I'm barefoot. At some process throughout this entire ordeal, I lost my flip-flops somewhere. And so now I have to start asking people, have you seen my green flip-flops? It was great. So that was a story of like me and my little brother. We have a lot of adventures together. So don't worry, you will hear about him soon. And I also just wanted to give you a little tidbit about his loveliness. Is I wanted to bring up autism awareness because my little brother is autistic. And he is the joy and love of my life. And I wanted to tell you guys that he was autistic at the end of the story and not the beginning, because you may have heard the story differently if I said that he was autistic at the beginning. So, just wanted to remind everybody that a child is a child, and either way, they are adorable and lovely. So, don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you.